King of Iron Fist Tournament 7, Jin Kazama. Akuma. Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7, Jin Kazama. Akuma.
How it is day. What's up, y'all? I'm Brandon Golden Gab of GabGames.com. And this is Tekken Motherfreaking 7.
Wait. Oh, okay. Oh, damn. Jack that. Good shit. Right corner. Oh. Made a few. We in the final bout tournament. Oh. Say, who you gonna grab? How you like it? Oh. Is there anything you could do I could do better? Oh. Alright. Arp. Ah. Have to get off that wall. Whew. Oh. It ain't been intentional. Agreed, though. Alright, it's so right. It's just natural. Up and shit. Pretty. Hook. Guys, over it. Yeah, that'd be my go-to. I like that. Figured it out. Yeah, it's one of those. Got another thing inside me, man. I'm not ready for it. Yeah, I can turn around fast now. projectiles. Time. Okay. Argument. Not an argument. But I'm here to ask a question. Would you accept it if, let's say, games like, have you ever played Jump Force, right? Anime characters come together, there's all type of different type of things. Now, when you do Kamehameha, I would, okay, I guess it's not a projectile weapon. Like, if you get a perfect, okay. That'll work better. Now, a regular fireball, right? Should you be able to shoot it out the air? Like, if my character has a gun, with a perfect dodge, if I see it coming from there, be able to shoot it out the air? Maybe I got some type of wind ability. Target it, like shit. Because I'm making a video game, and I was thinking that I wanted to be a free form camera. The only thing that I was thinking about, the only thing that should be targeted are projectiles. When you hold the aim button, anything that's a projectile can kind of have when you say aim assist to keep it off you, you know, right? Or maybe you got your own fireballs. Like even as an ability, instead of like you do a Kamehameha, you wait for a cooldown period, it comes back. You have an ability where there you have up to 3 fireballs, you know. 1, still got 2, 2, 3, and then cool down. You know? So where you have like 3 fireballs, should you be able to, I think the opposing character should be able to lock onto the fireballs instead of be able to lock onto you to get rid of the fireballs, because it's like to look cool. You get what I'm saying? Like, damn. Like, that gun wasn't strong enough. I gotta upgrade that one because, whoa, that motherfucker's throwing them. You know? Like a perfect block. You should be able to deflect. Like Akuma's thing, right? Perfect time block. Well, right. Deflect it. To create the opening. Emphasize it though. Like, right. Over dramatize it. Like shit. Right. You gotta watch how I run up on that. Right? Catch it. You catch an uppercut. Right, a perfect time block. Like that was a strong punch. Wait till the last second, right? Right, you'd be like, that's out of range. That's just in range for a shotgun, out of range for a pistol, or right, too close for certain, right? Automatic or something. So it's not right. Weapons. Like so melee, guard, you know, you can kind of hold it as right and deflect it. But guard break after so many, right? You like, if I empty a whole clip into your guard, you definitely guard break stun for a second, right? Better just roll in some dodges, right? So you can't just Run all the way up, like, ha, got your ass. Shit, guard break. Right. Special move combo. When you got one of these things, these modifier things, right. Grab. Right, a grab button. Plus, right, to give different animations. Versus your normal modifier button. R2 is my grab, right? If I'm doing melee, because I'm making it, like I said again, hand to hand is important to me. So the combat system that I like when it comes to hand will be basically as one of, not system like jump force controls, but the way it feels will kind of be Arkham Knight mixed with jump force. Instead of, right, because when you build up a combo, you have access to special moves. But instead of having to build up a combo builds up your meter. Well, it doesn't even need to build up a meter because everything's on the cooldown rate. So your modify buttons right here, they're on the cooldown rate. If I use that, I gotta wait, until it comes back. I grab my grabs though. I grab you and press square at the same time. It gives a special grab animation. Might be a little combo or something. Right, if we're near a wall, right, I grab you, right, and as kind of a counter, right, something cool like, look, right, make it cinematic. I press. Alright, back in the grab just now. But you like counter. Right, run away. Like this dude's jerk. Web swing away or something, right? What's your game space, Because you still, right, but hand to hand is still the thing. So the ability to dodge, right, and all that stuff, a dedicated dodge button. Dash button, roll button, get behind cover. I can run up and put these paws on it. Like, damn, it don't make no sense to use my weapon. I might have a loadout, right. But right, that had my weapon, that incorporate my weapon. Right. Just because you don't have it, don't mean, or, right, it shouldn't be weapon based. Because it makes you look cool, irregardless. Right. Special weapons. Basically, right. Projectile weapons, like, think of a glaive, to be able to throw a glaive or a batarang back and forth, right. Special weapon is a projectile weapon. Xena shit, right. Yeah, but that's different. Because Akuma's fireballs, like, it's a little special, but he do got special moves and stuff, so, right? Like, that one's definitely an ability. It's not a projectile weapon. That's a projectile move, but not necessarily a projectile weapon. Right, for you to spam it. No, because most projectiles, when it comes to like fireballs and stuff, are kind of refined. So, like a Kuma fireball is refined. I know y'all like, what the hell is he talking about? Talking about mechanics to the operating system I make. And right now I'm talking about controls and fighting mechanics and stuff. Uh, so Liu Kang fireball, pretty small, but big enough. Normal key blast from Dragon Ball Z, big enough to be shot out the air. Uh, there's not a lot of key blasts or fireballs that are extended. You know, so for example, Cyclops Optic Blast. It don't have a. Is it his optic? It's not Optic Blast. Optic Blast is the short wave one. Something you could deflect. You can shoot that out the sky, right? You'd be like, my shit just that raw. No, I upgraded it. It's able to do these things now because I use it a lot and I just upgraded it. Right. Just those perks are just things that you get for using a weapon. It's not even right. Not necessarily special. So you got to use the weapon. It's per weapon. So even if you buy the same one with in-game money, you still got to level it up by using it. Like, yeah, this one can't shoot those type of projectiles. Grenades, I could do that. Right. More tangible. But things that's like, we're going to say key-based, beam-based. Got to upgrade. But shortwave ones like that, smack them out perfect dodge, you could smack it out the way, like smack it towards the next person, give it a ricochet effect. Whatever it hit next, take the damage. Like Dragon Ball Z, anime Dragon Ball Z it's just cool. Right. Because it's an open world game. So I already have a way I want to design the world. Fortnite takes the cake for me when it comes to what is it called? A lot of those are prefabs. Some of those are prefabs, but let's say randomly generated terrain, which is modular building. That's what it's called. Modular freaking building. You can have modular building, take from different materials from different games that have that building. Now, with the modular buildings, you gotta have a first floor. You gotta have a floor, ceiling, roof, doors, windows, right? It builds the room or the house based on that. But using the modular buildings, if you keep the prefabs or whatever, you make it after it's built. It's tough to right. Everything's kind of, let's say they're just is, I don't know, a certain quality. What makes it this quality is this. So when you're inside the building, this will improve the quality. When you're outside, just to be able for it to be destructible and stuff, like Fortnite has the best destructible environment. That's all. So something you could run in, something that you could destroy. It's open world. It's not necessarily. It's not battle royale. Yeah, it's the operating system. So anyway, like I was saying, destructible environment. So smack a key blast out the way, blow up. Blow up a wall or building. Grenades cause destructible damage. After So also had a whole different like city builder mechanism in there. So let's say that's your property. If you have insurance on your property, it'll rebuild. If not, you have to rebuild the property from scratch. So as you're buying, you know, land and stuff and different buildings to place there, and you know, that it has a whole different system in itself. Like think city builders meet the Sims, you know, meet maybe the overall city structure or world structure, kind of like civilization, I guess, where you know there's the neighboring cities and stuff. Either they want to work with you, take over, you know, things like that. Anything outside the city, like there are certain things I wanted to do for the city. You know, when it comes to city builders, you know, there's things like city zoning, residential zoning, commercial zoning, industrial zoning, things like that. I want one where you have the option to be like no mounts, so no cars can enter this area, no weapons. You can't use your weapons in this area. So a person could zone their weapons, zone their a whole city for no weapons. You can't use weapons at all in that city because it's in order to bring people that don't necessarily game. They play casual games, city builders, you know, Bejeweled and like Candy Crush stuff. But that doesn't mean that because they do that, they can't interact with other gamers. Get what I'm saying? So your mom might play Candy Crush all the time. She's your friend. Because she's your friend, you downloaded her avatar to your city. And now, you know, just as because she likes to play city builders, as your friend, she could buy property in your city. Place this here, place that there. You know, she might be into editing, making clothes or something, right? Now you have a whole fashion line coming from your mom, from your girlfriend. Your girlfriend likes to play The Sims. You know, like I don't necessarily have to do it. I just have to simulate it. So a sim game, it goes from The Sims to a point and click action game, where it's basically automated. All she got to do is set the loadout for the character. Now, if the player's online and they're in your lobby, of course, the downloaded one can't be used because that player is using their avatar. But that's if y'all are on the same server and, like I said, same lobby type stuff. But when you're not, why? Because your character is one of a kind. It's unique. Just sitting here working it out. If you could be yourself, would you want to be anybody else? I've developed a new way of producing games. If, as far as Gab games, that's how it's going to be presented. It's a new way of presenting Gab games, video games. A Gab game, video game. I'm making the operating system. But the Gab game video games, they all will be based around your created avatar. When I say that, we have a story, right? The story is recorded in two voices, a male voice and a female voice. If you want, you can overlap the two and create a distorted voice. Like, I'm not assuming your gender here. You got a combination of both. Shut the fuck up. So, you have male version and the female version. Your character that you choose may be male. Your character may be female. They go through the story. So you take them and you're like, it feels like it was made for you because your created character that you take is actually in an expansive story, right? It's another chapter in a different story. It's a different, right? Another chapter in the story of your character. It would the best part would be see when everybody hates creating a new character, but if I jump into Tekken with my created character and they're like, let's put the finishing touches on your fighter as far as visually, and they like, here's some Tekken items, clothes, pants, shirts, hair, accessories. Would you not go through the outfits? Hell yeah, you would, to fit more into the Tekken world. So like, yeah, I'm in the Tekken culture now. I got me my Mishima vest. So it's a whole so much. I've been working on it. I work on it at work. I have a desk. I have a table I can sit at there. So it's a little bit better. I do home care. As my career, I have a few businesses. Again, I'm Brandon Gordon Gab of GabGames.com. Now, GabGames.com is where I promote everything. That's why it takes you to the gaming page right now, because the website is down. But there's Gab Games, the operating system, the software developing company. I'm sorry. There is Gab Games Entertainment. There's Gab Games Shop. Then there's Gab Games. One with the two different Gab Games. They're both software development companies. One with Gab Games separated. So Gab and Games, two separate words, and then there's one where they're two words. One where it's one word, just to be sure. But entertainment, if you go to gabgames.com and you check out the gaming page, there is The Woman, episode 1. A few inserts from there. Gab Games Entertainment make things like that. Also, Spider-Man Still Coming is on there, and that's where I do voiceovers for video games. What else? Let's say that's entertainment. Gaming could be considered entertainment too. But for me, it's right now it's kind of a hobby slash marketing device. The live streams. That's why I started doing the charities. It's a good thing to do, but it also looks good. I like looking good. What else? GabGames.com. Oh yeah, like I said, Gab Games that shop. That's an online store. That when I get my Shopify back up and running. Right now, the reason I'm thinking of not opening, because I'll probably open up Foursquare and use Gap Games, that shop. Foursquare has that. But Foursquare, I don't know, it's tough to call. Shopify, I had my store up for 3 years. I finally hooked up with a good marketing team, and then Shopify tried to tell me I can't sell my products. with Shopify anymore, so I shut down the store because they were like it had Disney products and stuff, and I'm like, I got all of this stuff from y'all. How can I not sell it? I got it from y'all. They're like, adios, gotta go. So there's that. Gafkin's Entertainment, Gafkin Software Development Company. And at the software development company, we're developing the GGOS. Patent pending. Yeah, I've been had it saved down somewhere. But patent pending, just to be clear, it's 503 Saturday, May 20th. Oh, that's... Yeah, I've been working on it so much. That's a little old me. And I have no real formal training. So yeah, let's get more back into hard drives and hard drives being the new cartridges. So the ability to pop in and out of a hard drive is awesome. Space. Space. There's never enough space. Cloud computing helps. They like, hey, store stuff here on the cloud. Like, that matters, but does it? You know? Cloud computing for me helps with processing. What I mean by processing is Minecraft does it best. Me and you are about to form a lobby. You have this pack, I don't. So in order to catch up with you, they give me this pack. I have this pack, you don't. In order to catch up with me, they give you this pack. And by give it to you, it's not necessarily that you have it. They send it to a server in the cloud, right? Whatever server you're using as your lobby. And it holds it in a container there. So nobody necessarily have it on their system. And that's what helps keep it together. You know? Because once you turn off your system or once you turn off the game, it's no longer need to be stored in the lobby. So once you turn it on, I'm guessing that it automatically uploads it to a lobby. It would just make sense instead of waiting. So when you and a friend join together, it's ready to be downloaded, hot and ready. So you use that online storage as a storage container. You know, once you're gone, don't need it in the container, cool. Free up space. So that's cloud computing. That's cloud, right? as far as the best way I see it working for gaming. Streaming, I can't necessarily say it. When I say streaming, like, I'm not sure because I haven't used things like the Vita as a control and or as a docking station type thing for the PlayStation. So, but I would guess that there would be lag or something, you know, for cloud gaming. Has to be lag. Like, man, we just really got down streaming video, movies. Yet alone something that's changing with constant variables all the time. HBO Max still kind of can't get streaming right. They cut off on me every blue moon. So to say cloud gaming with a good quality, without lack of lag input, I can't see it happening. I can't say it's not going to happen. Just right, as far as I know. So using it as a container, just so that people can have the same things on the system, it's perfect. And that's just when it comes to lobbies. So there's that. But anyway, back to the hard drives. Because on this operating system like this, every game adds value to your system. Sometimes you have too many games. Now, when you think of the games that you can mix and match or themes that you can run with, let's say you want your console to only be Lego. It would help if you had a hard drive with only your Lego games on there. Instead of every time you need to go and download Lego, you need to go download Lego, you need to go download Lego. I already have Legos, right? Save on bandwidth and stuff. So you can take out the loadout, put it in your new loadout. Sync it to your phone. Your phone basically gets the new update, like Apple always send you an update. And now your phone is linked with all the items and games of your system. So your profile, right. We might drop Gab Games, the language edition, where, it might be our greatest hits games. Let's say, right, a certain amount of greatest hits games based around language. It's so, it's fine tuned to help you learn language. You go to creative, you walk around wherever. Instead of it being fine tuned, the creative being fine tuned to teach you the ins and outs of the operating system and how to make it work for you. It's fine tuned to teach you language. So you can still do whatever you want to do, right? Let's say you want to run around and rob a bank, right? Because you like heist games or whatever. You got to do the missions. So let's say the first thing they want to teach you is how to say hello, right? Because you go talk to a person, hello, and translate it for you. What's your language? And then what's the language you want to learn? Say hello. Bonjour. Ni hao. Konnichiwa. What's up? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Hi. How do you say hi in that language? When you first speak to a character. Then, just to help get the game rolling a little bit better for what you're used to, uh, the next thing you want to learn is Mission Hub. How to get to a Mission Hub. You know, say Mission Hub. You know, they say it in the language, you repeat. You know, just break it down for you in the syllables, and then you repeat. If you repeat it properly enough, then the Mission Hub icon pop up on the map. Here's all your mission hubs. So now you can go do missions, right? You go do missions, it teach you little phrases, it teach you like cup is this, you know, fork is this, spoon is this, plate is this. You know, all throughout as you go explore and, you know, you pick up a note. Cup. You know, it says cup in the language. In your language. No, it says, right, in your language. And then it wants you to repeat after the pronunciation of cup in the language you're trying to learn. Even if you recognize, or, you know, even if you don't want to say it. The spellings, like you see, 4 different spellings. Which one's the correct spelling? Like, right. Show you a picture of a cup. What's the word for cup in this language? Like, this one. Because they've been showing it. It's been everywhere. Look, it's on the wall right here in blood. I wonder who's been murdering people. You find out it's the Kool-Aid man. Because people have been trying to drink him. Bust through the door. Oh, yeah! Next thing you know, boss battle. Because it's possible in a video game world where, you know, you're playing to have fun. Anything can happen. It all depends on what you have on your system. How long does, like, what do you do for a hobby? If you could sit there and watch Bad Girls Club and they teach you how to open up a business, I would sit there and watch fucking Bad Girls Club. You could sit there and binge watch your favorite movie. You know, take a little, right. What do you do? Binge watch, like, I'm about to binge watch let's say I work out a deal with Netflix, where for the base price, right? If they're recommended by us, work out a program where if they get 5 answers, they get 3 out of 5 answers right. You know, they get to skip. What is it? No, it's not Netflix. YouTube. You know, you get to watch 4 videos in a row without an ad. Would you learn it? How can you, right, from what you do, where can you take the perks? You're like, I ain't got to hear no commercial for 4 songs. Make education fun again. Well, make it fun. Wait, let me see if I can find it away. Oh, you jerk. Right. Because the optics and right, I already kind of had it. When you walk like a building, the over the world versus inside, right? Like the inside of the building don't generate until you walk inside. You know, let's say you walk to here, it might generate shapes of things, right? But not the not it won't activate the actual inside until you step on the inside of the door, walk in the door. So you can have a little bit more detail. You don't have to worry about stressing the process or the system. Because let's say everything's already activated, it's just not activated until you look at it. Right, so not too many things at the same time. Say power trying to call instead of trying to call it like it's already called. Right, just on or off. I just get so frustrated trying to think about it. Right. Everything. Okay, so how does the operating system? I'm giving so much away for free at that. How does the operating system work? Here's a part. So, there's games you put on your system. The games you put on your system make up the open world environment. Two ways. One, it starts you off by. Welcome back! It starts you off by having you build your own home. Or you can select one from a prefab. You know? Make sure you're having this certain items that you need in order to get going. After you build your own home, it generates a little town around your home. Eventually, and that opens up the city builder. Open up quests. Open up a whole bunch of stuff. That opens up your city builder. Now, using your city builder, you have access to buildings and stuff or building materials, you know, from games that you have. So let's say you have the Gab games original and the Gab games original, right? I haven't come up with a name for it yet. Gab games, those guys. You have those guys. I was gonna say I don't have a name. Those guys, Gab games, those guys, the video game, and in those guys, the video game, they have a beautiful bar called Shenanigans. Actually, I'm changing it to Club Tales. It's called Club Tales. It's a club called Club Tales. It's a beautiful club called Club Tales. And you want to add Club Tales to your city, manually. Like I want to put one here, Now there's a difference between owning and placing buildings. Get into that later. But I want to place a building here, How do I place that building here? In my open world, my sandbox, my toy chest, my miniature figurine collection, table. It'll be two things. Either you use in-game currency that you've earned just doing quests and things, because there's always a quest, or you choose from a list. Now, the only way you could choose it from a list, though, is if you've completed the game at least once. Once you beat the game, then you have just free access in creative mode to be like, okay, I could just place it down. But if you haven't beat the game, you got to use in-game currency. So therefore, there's always something to unlock. Now we're not calling them video games anymore. We're calling them expansion packs because they expand the experience of the operating system. So, hard drives. Again, they're the new cartridges. I could pop out my Lego hard drive because I just like a world where it's only Legos. And I pop in my zombie loadout. Quick reboot. Now, all the games on this hard drive, on this cartridge, are zombie games. So my world has 100% chance of being infected by zombies. There's a few survivors because there's survivors on the game. But because only things that they have to pull from are zombies, this operating system have to pull from are zombies, my system is guaranteed to be overrun by zombies. So every city I make now will have a zombie infestation. So I could take that load out online with me. So people, just when you go online, you're one of 5 islands. You're one of 4 admins. Each admin have their own island. The 5th island is a compilation of all the admins. items on their system. Now each admin have control over their own items, so if they're like, hey, you know, no cursing or just slight little things like that. Well, that's different because that's the overall room. But if on their island they have rainbows and lollipops, you have to drive through there, or it's go check it out. It's rainbows and lollipops. They might have where you can't use any weapons or things like that. Island's just not for you. You don't have to go there, but they have items. Now, the way items work is if you get an item through a quest, you get to hold on to it. If it's a one-use item, you only use it once. If it's an item, if it's like a weapon, then you can use it until it breaks. Once it breaks, you either have to go spend some in-game currency, not even in-game currency. Like, it all depends. Like, right, in-game currency to buy it at a store of a person who have the item, or you have to pay real world money to get, a DLC pack. You're like, I'm tired of buying the Buster Blade. I got to go to this motherfucking island every time, and they're never online, to go to their store. They prefer to be in a private state, because being online, even though you're, because I'm online, even though I'm on my phone, don't mean that you have to know I'm online. You don't know if my phone's on until you give me a call. Send me a message. Let me know you want to, team up. I'm always ready to talk, but you don't know that until you call. Like, shot me and holler. I'll let you write. Like, I gotta text this person every time to let me on the island so I could buy this item. I'm tired. Let me go buy the Final Fantasy VII Weapons Pack, DLC pack. So now that, because I paid real world money, when I go to my created character, all I have to do is click, 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 Final Fantasy. Go to Final Fantasy. Now I can equip the weapon. I don't have to worry about if it breaks or not, that I have it. I don't have to spend in-game money because I spent real money. That's like saying I spent real money. The concept is a kid with toys. You take your Barbies, you take your Bratz, and you take your American Girl doll, and they're all having tea. You dress them how you want. You do what you want with them. The Monster High doll got caught sleeping with Ken. Now Barbie want to whoop her ass. But the Bratz doll running with the Monster High doll, so they jump Barbie. So Ken went and got his gap. This is how kids play with toys. I'm saying, kids are crazy. And as adults, we're grown kids pretending we're not kids because we're supposed to act our age. That's why we find hobbies. A hobby is better than having an idle mind and just being idle. So that's the same concept for this, because I think if I buy a video game system, if I buy a bunch of video games, I should be able to play the video games how I want, right? Or I should be able to do with them what I want. I shouldn't have to worry that if I mod a game, they're gonna be like, "You're fired." And you're like, I wasn't even hired. Give us our shit back. The system itself should be made for people that want to create and do all of that, because why it still gives value to games, because the more games you have, the more unique your system. Now you can play with them all at the same time. That adds even more value. Plus, you could create one avatar and take it across at least Gap games. If I could get a couple, developers to agree to go with that model for their games, it would be even better. But the option to be able to play your game, yeah, as its own solo console game, here you go. Easy access at the punch of a button, because that's what makes people want to come back for more of your games. You have to build a fan base. If you don't have a fan base, then people are not going to buy the system, because you're just a trash game on a trash system at that point. Your system trash because you ain't got no good games. So even if you can't get Nintendo and all of them, that's why Nintendo and them been snatching up third-party developers, trying to block them, block people. No, I'm just saying as far as big companies, because Activision, Bungie, Respawn, Maxis, I think Maxis. Yeah, Maxis, 2K Games. They're all third-party developers. They develop for all consoles and systems. So to be like, I need Nintendo. No, I just need Nintendo for Mario, right? Or for Pokemon, some of the big names. But to say I can't find a developing company like Splatoon, whatever creative team they have, Splatoon developing company, to develop a game for me. You'd be like, same aesthetics, because that's Nintendo aesthetics a bit. You're like, color palettes. Right. Somebody like I could give you a knockoff Tekken in 2 days. Right? Control scheme, control wise. Like you might not have Hihachi or Jin, but what you do have is right. The concept of the core mechanics of a good fighting game. Imitation is one of the greatest forms of flattery until they get annoying. Oh. So, like, I could get a third party, with a little bit of money. But I don't have the money, so right now all I have is the promise. Like, I'm building. I'm talking about to the other companies. Right, I already have the pieces I need to get my operating system off the ground. That's out the bag already. I already bought what I need. Now I just need a team to help me put it together. Right. As far as assets, like this right here is our core. We can make everything happen off of this. Making it pretty, getting other teams involved. We could do it with these. Even if, like I find a programmer to be able to write the code in their own words, because, right, putting it all together, like, it's a concept in itself. Put it in your own words for it. Like, don't make it look obvious. Because they all the blueprints are kind of the same. The wording is different. Gab games on Unity. I like Unity. Yes, ma'am. Busting in here like you my parent. Glad to see you back. How did you do?